Principle number 6, logos and interpretive clarity. The more clear interprets the less clear. Since meaning is intentional, words are stable, context governs sense, the whole governs the parts, and contradiction is forbidden, then another rule of rational interpretation follows. Clear statements must govern the interpretation of obscure or ambiguous ones. Reason does not move from darkness to light, but from light to greater light. In classic rhetoric, argument proceeds from what is evident to what is disputed, to what is difficult. Persuasion depends on clarity, anchoring ambiguity. A rhetorician does not allow marginal remarks to overturn main claims, obscure phrases to negate explicit conclusions. To do so is not careful reasoning. It is argumentative disorder. Under natural law, reason operates according to epistemic priority. What is clearer is known first. What is obscure is known second. Uncertainty yields to certainty. This principle governs legal interpretation, moral judgment, and testimony and evidence. It would be unjust to let an unclear statement nullify a clear command. Justice requires interpretation to favor intelligibility over ambiguity. Scripture consistently assumes this rational rule. The entrance of your words give light. It gives understanding to the simple. Psalm 119, 130. Light clarifies darkness, not the reverse. I have spoken openly to the world, and in secret I have said nothing. John chapter 18. Public, clear speech governs interpretation. All things I have heard from my Father I have made known to you. John chapter 15. Revelation aims at clarity being sufficient for obedience. Scripture never allows unclear passages to overturn what is plainly taught. When the obscure is allowed to govern the clear, truth is destabilized, authority is undermined, and error gains shelter. It's written in 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 16, of unstable people twisting the scriptures, thus destabilizing the truth. When clear commands lose force, authority is undermined. When ambiguity becomes a refuge for false teaching, error gains shelter, and this is why Scripture teaches obscurity as a call to careful interpretation, not creative freedom. To distinguish humility from evasion, we recognize that this principle does not deny difficulty or depth, but legitimate humility says, I do not yet fully understand. Illegitimate evasion says, nothing can be known clearly. Scripture affirms the former. Corinthians chapter 8, verse 2 says, if anyone thinks he knows anything, he knows nothing yet as he ought to know. But it condemns the latter. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 7 says, ever learning and never able to come to a knowledge of the truth. Affirming that the clear interprets the unclear rules out building doctrine on obscure texts, elevating exceptions over norms, or appealing to mystery to avoid clarity. Scripture condemns such misuse. Obscurity must be explained, not exploited. So if clarity governs obscurity, then interpretation must always move towards coherence rather than fragmentation. And here we have completed the logos portion, and we'll move on to the telos. That is the goal and interpretive direction.